Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of All for Love by John Dryden. John Dryden was the first poet laureate of England in 1668, and this play, All for Love, is an imitation of Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. The play goes like this: Antony and Octavius have defeated their enemy, and now Octavius is the new Caesar, that is the ruler of Rome. Antony is married to Octavia, and Octavius' sister, and the couple have children together. However, Antony has abandoned his family and has been living in England with his mistress, Queen Cleopatra. And because of this, Octavius Caesar gets angry and he vows to take revenge on Antony and has laid siege to Alexandria. Now the play opens and we find Serapion, a priest, is describing some forbidding omens he has witnessed when Alexas, the eunuch servant of Cleopatra, enters. Alexas dismisses Serapion's talk of omens because Alexas is only concerned about his lady's relationship with Antony, because Cleopatra loves Antony so much, and Antony is recently depressed and also not very close with Cleopatra because his thoughts are only thinking about the threat of Octavius Caesar. And Alexis fears whether Antony will leave Cleopatra, which will definitely dishearten Cleopatra. And now here Antony is visited by Ventidius, who is a Roman knight and also a old friend of Antony. Afraid that Ventidius will persuade Antony to return to Rome, Alexis announces that the Egyptians will be throwing an extravagant party in honor of Antony's birthday. Ventidius disapproves of this and he scolds Antony, saying that Cleopatra has quite unmanned him. Antony will not hear anything against Cleopatra, but Ventidius offers him 10,000 soldiers with which he could fight Octavius in exchange for leaving Cleopatra. Seeing this opportunity, Antony agrees. This news goes to Cleopatra and she goes to see Antony, and when she is going, she brings gifts for his soldiers. Now Antony blames her, saying that if he had not fallen in love with her, he would still be safe in Rome and happy with his family. And he also reminds her that she was the former mistress of Octavius Caesar, though he still deigned to take care as his own mistress. Cleopatra defends herself, saying that Octavius had her body, but it is Antony who holds her heart. And she also shows him a letter from Octavius. In that letter, Octavius has offered to spare Cleopatra's life if she will betray Antony. When Antony sees that Cleopatra has refused the offer, he and Cleopatra reconcile, much to Ventidius' dismay. Antony is visited by Dolabella, another former friend from Rome. They have been on bad terms because Dolabella is also in love with Cleopatra. Now, together, Ventidius and Dolabella try to persuade Antony to come back to Rome, but Antony refuses. So, Dolabella reveals that he has brought Octavia and Antony's children to Egypt. Now, under the influence of his family and his old friends, Antony agrees to leave Cleopatra. Now, Alexis informs Cleopatra of this news. And while he is informing, Octavia, that is Antony's wife, enters and the women argue. And Octavia maintains that Antony belongs by her side, even if her love for her is lesser than Cleopatra, because everyone knows that Antony loves Cleopatra to that extent. When Octavia leaves, Cleopatra fears whether she has lost Antony for good. At that time, Dolabella arrives bearing Antony's farewell to Cleopatra. And he says that Antony did not come, but it was very clear that Antony feared that if he comes to say goodbye in person, again he will be persuaded to stay because Cleopatra will never allow him to leave her. And with Alexa's help, Dolabella and Cleopatra trick Antony into believing that they will have become lovers in order to make him jealous. When Ventidius and Octavia hear that Dolabella and Cleopatra have become lovers, they inform this to Antony to convince him that he has made the right decision to leave. And Antony refuses to believe it and he asks Alexis about it. And when Alexis confirms the story, Antony becomes enraged. So he visits Cleopatra and Dolabella, and they proclaim their innocence, but Antony will not believe them. When she sees Antony's rage over Cleopatra, Octavia takes their children and she knows that he will not leave Cleopatra. She returns to her brother Octavius, abandoning her attempt at reconciliation. Now Antony climbs a tower to watch the battle between the Egyptian and Roman naval fleets. But to his horror, he sees the fleets join forces and he believes that Cleopatra has sold him out to Octavius. Meanwhile, Cleopatra unsuccessfully tries to kill herself with a dagger. When Alexa brings word to Antony that Cleopatra has killed herself due to her grief at being without him, Antony tells Venitus to kill him. Hearing this, Venitus refuses to do so and he kills himself instead. Antony then places his sword and falls on his sword and kills himself. At that time, Cleopatra comes there and she finds him as he is dying. She convinces him of her innocence and they reconcile, and both of them, and Antony dies there, and Cleopatra decides that both of them must die together, so she takes out a poisonous snake and purposely gets bitten. And at the end, Serapion finds them joined together in death and the play ends here. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.